Hi everyone. Well, it certainly has been a chilly week across the island, with lots of ice and frost and fog at times. And today we even saw some rain and sleet and some freezing rain that froze onto the roads in many places. And we even saw a little bit of snow in a few places, especially over high ground. And that's going to freeze away tonight. So that's going to freeze completely, really, where any of this water is lying around. And that's going to be a little bit problematic. So because of that, we have a new weather warning issued once again, another one I'm afraid, and and it's for freezing fog and ice for tonight. And it does look like there's going to be some widespread ice across the island, as well as some fog and things like that. So no, it's not going to be a very nice night at all. So we're going to see fog in many places, and all this ice with temperatures down to around -4 degrees Celsius. And we've also now extended our weather advisory for cold weather, which now goes on until next Saturday. So it's going to be really pretty much as cold as we've been having it up until next Saturday. So by then it looks as though things will start to be slowly warming up. But yeah, so not good news in that sense, I'm afraid, with this cold weather continuing. So we're going to run through a couple of quick models here. We're going to do it as quick as possible because it's getting on quite late. We've actually got this forecast out a lot later than anticipated due to unforeseen circumstances over the last few hours. So anyway, let's get on with it. So this is what we've got at the moment with this area of low pressure down here, and this area of low pressure is trying to push its way towards us, and that's based upon the French model, the icon model that we use. And as we run through, you can see the area of low pressure trying to get close, but it doesn't quite make it. So what really happens, the cold air continues to come down from the north, really, and northeast, right, really up until the end of the week. So you can see these blues across us, although as we move in towards the weekend, we start to see a bit of a change with high pressure starting to form over here over Europe, and the winds then turning round into a more southerly or south to southeasterly direction due to this area of low pressure down here. So that's based on the one of the models that we use, the French model. And we'll do exactly the same now with the GFS, the Global Forecasting System. And this one is a little bit different. So it still pushes that area of low pressure in towards us. But what it does also do is push in this area of precipitation. Well, rainfall here, it looks like, but this would actually be falling as snow. So it would be given actually a snowfall Tuesday night into Wednesday. But this is only one model showing this. And at the moment, we're thinking this is probably not the most likely outcome. But you can see the temperatures on Wednesday night with this precipitation or what would be snowfall. It looks very cold indeed still. And really that sort of hangs around, the low pressure hangs around for a few days up until really Friday and into Saturday. Then it does much really what the other model we showed you does with this area of low pressure moving in from the Atlantic, heading up towards the west of Scotland here, with this area of high pressure over Europe, and the winds changing into a more southerly direction, which will be a lot milder compared to what we have had over the last week or so. But really that's into beyond next weekend. Now we're looking at as we're heading towards the following Monday, so that's a long way off. So let's get back to tonight. It looks like another very cold night across the island. We've got a lot of we've still got some cloud around at the moment, but this cloud will be breaking up and we'll be seeing a lot more. You can see these blue shading here, and that's showing that there's going to be a lot of fog, or in this case a lot of freezing fog. So you can see the temperatures here really below freezing across most of the island, and of course where these this fog or freezing fog at this point forms, it's going to give a coating of ice and what's called rime on objects and things like that. So it's going to be a very frosty, very icy night right across the island, and we may even see the odd light snow flurry drifting down from the north as well, but it won't really amount to anything. And then as we move into tomorrow morning, it's quite a cloudy start. We still got quite a bit of well, yeah, like I said, cloud and a lot of mist and potential fog and freezing fog around, but the winds will be light to moderate, so it won't be feeling too cold, even though it will be really quite chilly and below freezing. Then as we move into the afternoon, the winds are still light to moderate, but come around to the northeast a little bit, and we still see fairly cloudy conditions. The mist and fog will mostly be lifting, but we're still going to be seeing temperatures. We're looking at 1 or perhaps even freezing, really, in a few places. And some of this mist and fog may well linger in some of the valleys. Then, as we move into Tuesday, it's a cloudy day right across the island. Not really in the way of low cloud, much in the way of low cloud like we've had, but it's going to be more medium and high cloud, so giving a really milky grey appearance to the sun. But it will be a little bit milder as the winds are coming in straight from the east. So the winds are blowing down the channel, and that means they're blowing over the water for a lot longer, which is called a longer fetch. So this longer fetch means it gives the wind time to warm the air up a little bit more. So by the time the wind actually arrives, it brings in this air around 5 degrees Celsius potentially on the coast here, 3 to 4 elsewhere. But yeah, so a little bit milder, but still feeling pretty chilly in that breeze. Then as we move into Wednesday, it looks like another cloudy day. Temperatures really from 0 degrees Celsius up until around about 1, perhaps 2 here around Windward Coast, and that's in a moderate northeasterly breeze at this point. But it will be staying cloudy through Wednesday. Then we move to Thursday, a complete change. It does seem like the cloud will be moving off to the south, and as that happens, we see this beautiful sunny sky starting to come back. We're not likely to see much in the way of mist and fog, but we will still be seeing frost at night, and that will be in a moderate breeze from the north to northeast. But 1 to 2 degrees Celsius isn't really too terrible if the wind isn't too strong. So especially if it's in really good sunshine. And then finally into Friday, nothing much changes, but the temperature comes up a little bit. So we're going to see 3 to 4 degrees Celsius across the island. Still quite a significant frost at night, but it does look like the temperature will be lifting ever so slightly, and it'll be around this kind of value, it would seem, into Saturday and possibly into Sunday too. So there we go, another weekly forecast done. So yeah, it's going to be another cold week. Some frosty nights at times, especially later in the week with these clearer skies. Midweek, less in the way of frost at night, although tonight will be a very frosty and icy night. So anyway, that's all for now. Of course, if anything changes and that band of rain that could potentially turn to snow does start to move towards us, we will of course let you know, but at the moment that seems like a rather unlikely scenario. Anyway, that's all for now. Bye.